parents had put the money together to buy the business. And we're changing the name to the Curl EQ, Mama said. And my girls will work alongside me. We were all excited about opening up the shop, counting on Daddy's job with the bus company to keep us going while we built it up. Then Daddy got ill, and all the joy just drained from the family. We were close. Mama and Daddy had been married forever, and people on the block said that me and my sister were the most spoiled children in the neighborhood. That's how Daddy was. You start them strong, and they don't go wrong, he always said. I was strong. When I was young, Daddy, a big bear of a man, had me playing football and basketball and every other sport. I was tall like him and big-boned. I liked to compete. Mama didn't know anything about sports, but she didn't mind me playing and loved to see me and Daddy together. Troy Evans, she would say, you got the girl acting more like your little brother than your daughter. When Noe was big enough to go out and play, I thought we would be teammates, but she was different. Shy, big-eyed, and quiet. She was more of a watcher. Noe was happy just to be in the room with the family or, when we had dinner, to make sure that everyone had enough to eat. I had always been Daddy's girl. I felt terrible when we learned that Daddy was dying, but I felt good that it was me he was calling on to see to his dying wishes. Daddy had said to us, "What I'm thinking about is the beauty parlor you've been talking about for so long." "Troy, you don't have to worry about that," Mama started. "Honey, the best thing that ever happened to me was to have a family to worry about," Daddy said. "You see these homeless guys hanging around the streets, and some people say, ain't it a shame that they don't have a home? What I say is, ain't it a shame they don't have a family to take care of and be worried over? That's why I'm asking you to go ahead with your plans for the beauty shop and then make my ceremony something that's going to be special. If Big Joe can do something with a funeral, so can I." But Big Joe's funeral was fake. He said he didn't want to waste a good funeral on himself after he was dead, so he gave himself a ceremony while he was still alive. Daddy was right. People did talk about it. Some still thought it was stupid. "Man don't have a bit of sense," Mrs. Lucas had said. "He's as cluck-headed as a one-legged chicken." I liked Big Joe, and after my father told me how much he was depending on me, I went to Big Joe for advice. "Now, what does he want you to do?" Big Joe had one foot propped up on a milk crate as he sat in front of his apartment. "He wants us to have the grand opening of the beauty parlor and combine it with his funeral and a barbecue," I said. "The fashion show part is my idea." "And what Mama Evans saying about all this?" "Just what he thought she would," I said. "She wants to have a traditional funeral for him, and I can see that as a sign of respect." "Yeah, well, a lot of folks are going to be mad at you if you do like you say," Big Joe said. "Colored folks don't like to play around with their funerals." "People in New Orleans have jazz funerals," I said. "I know we can pull this off. What I need from you is for you to come and say a few words if we can't get Reverend Glover to go along." "You get it set up and I'll be there," Big Joe said. "Your father's quality people. Not many around like him anymore." We bought the shop on May 15th. We had a big sign over the store and a smaller one in the window saying, "Under New Management." We took Daddy downstairs to see, and he was so pleased. Mama wasn't any good with the planning. She couldn't think about losing the man she had loved for so many years. "Not a lot of black men can leave their families in good shape," Daddy said. "Me seeing my ladies with their own business, their morals intact, and 3 good brains between them is a blessing." As Noe and I